Well, I had a dream last night, and it was one of those dreams where I didn't think of God at all, and I was on a train, didn't know where I was, lost my way. The train stopped. It seemed to be terminated, and I had to walk on to find the platform and the station. And when I got there, all sorts of, the person I asked wasn't terribly helpful, official, and then I found all they were trying to do was to get me to contribute to a charity, whereas I was almost desperately wanting to find out where I was and how to get back to wherever I wanted to get to. There was no connection with the current life. I mean, other than the fact the train was a train and stations, things like that, No connection, no thought of God, great deal of stress in the dream. And so when I wake up, I'm thinking, well, why didn't I think of God? Well, in the end, of course, comes to me. I'll ask God to keep me ever mindful of Him, even in the dreams. But then it occurred to me during the day, this was a bit naive, a bit of an unreasonable request, because the dreams are an experience that we're given, or at least God allows to have happen. I guess God-given, that are to achieve something, and if I put the constraint on it that I'm to be aware of God, well, probably won't have the dream, because the dream will then be determined by me taking charge and steering it according to what I'm trusting in God for, and so forth, you see. So I realised, perhaps that was not the best request. One wouldn't want that prayer answered, perhaps, because God has it better that one has the dream, and apparently without recourse to being aware of Him in it. A friend of mine said, all dreams are subconscious. Well, I don't quite believe that. I think some dreams are superconscious, if you like. But even so, the subconscious dreams, if they are such, I'm pretty clear I've steered some of them in the past. I have been aware that I'm dreaming, and I have had one or two dreams, I think, where I've thought of God in the dream. I'm not absolutely certain of that, but I think so. Well, this is now, this moment, a night later, and it's 4:45 in the morning. And I had another dream about half an hour ago or so. And this time I know there was some sort of awareness of God in the dream. In that I think it may have been in my mind that I had to stay conscious of Him. I was high up, hanging on to some bushes, some dangerous sort of precipice, and I was watching my footing, and in some sense I think I knew I had to keep my mind on not panicking in some way. So there was at least an awareness in the dream of you have to keep control of the mind, which wasn't quite the same as steering the dream, but in some sense not letting it run out of hand. So I'm not sure if that's confirmation of what I've said just before here, that you can have an awareness of God in the dream. Perhaps you can at times, and at other times it's right not to, from God's understanding. And You see, all of it is our trying to find answers to problems, which is not the same as being preoccupied with trusting God. Now, the more you're thankful, the more you're trusting God, the less you're going to be burdened with finding the right solutions all the time. That seems to be the case. And of course, as you'd expect with me, we're back to thankfulness to God as a habit is the living practice of the way. Jesus is the way. Thankfulness to our Heavenly Father is the way. A constant referring in one's mind, deferring to, trusting, awareness of Him. Thank you, Heavenly Father.